This video comes to you from Gongaii Games, your source for Argent Saga product, as well as tons of other great games. Use code Commando10 at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dice Commando. So Genesis was actually released last week, but some retailers didn't get it right away, and we finally got ours in here on the best coast, out here on the west coast. I'm here with Derrick.
Hello, good afternoon.
So Derrick works here at Gongaii Games. He has donated a Genesis, actually it's Derrick's kit, but we're going to be opening Derrick's kit. We are here at Gongaii Games today to do this, so yeah, we're pretty excited about this, especially this part. 5 new towers. Everybody at this point I think knows what they are, but let's go ahead and crack this puppy open, Derrick.
Excellent. Thanks for coming out to the store. Saved me a trip.
Absolutely. Good play space out here.
Yes, thank you. New towers, new towers.
Yes. What are your thoughts on the new towers?
You know, I think some are quite good, and then others I think leave a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, I think the whole thing where the tower, and I mean, we'll show them of course, but I think the whole thing where the towers have to, you have to have more destroyed towers than your opponent to trigger, I think is a negative.
Yeah, it is a negative, and I'm surprised with that being a caveat that they're not stronger than what they appear to be. But some seem to be great. Others, like I said, seem to just leave some lacking. I think we'll just have to go through and see what we get.
All right, so what do we get? Let's go ahead and set them out here. What do we get on top? So this is Tathiel, the Fallen Celestial of Rotar. So let that focus in there. So it's a unit legendary entity, has the Brawler ability. This card may attack active and exhausted units turn it comes into play. When it arrives, you choose one, flip your champion face down, put a unit from your hand into play, or flip your spirit face down, put target unit from your discard zone into play. So what's interesting maybe about this guy is I don't think you have to choose one, like you have to do that. I don't think you get to choose neither.
Yeah, that is definitely a Rive effect. I think you have to pick one.
Right.
And of course the new Brawler effect in these cards.
Yeah, that one seems pretty good.
Yeah,
but
it's a good effect.
All right, next we have the Beckoner of Dreams. So unit Mystic, expel any number of spells with Shard Drain from your discard zone, no shortage there on the blue side. Take control of target unit with cost equal to the number of cards you expelled. Yeah, blue totally needed more help.
Yeah, right. It just keeps getting stronger and stronger.
All right, how about the Black Rose Knight? This guy seems pretty cool. So he has Brawler again. Arrive, you can equip target gear from a unit you control to this card. So a lot of the white stuff we see come from the discard. You're right. When it comes in, you'll move gear from discard. This guy actually just steals it from another guy. But while this card's equipped with a gear, when this card or a unit adjacent to this card attacks, you may draw one card and discard one card. That certainly is going to help the light player get the gear he needs in. Why don't you read Ella for us here?
For sure. Ella the Sky Huntress. When you arrive, you may discard one Sky Raider unit or airship unit from your hand. If you do so, target unit loses all abilities and cannot attack as long as you control this card.
So what do we think on that one?
Yeah, it seems strong. I love how green can kind of control your opponent's units and bounce back and forth.
Yeah. Well, plus, with green, you can bounce her back to your own hand and then change targets, right? So this one actually was spoiled by Mike and myself on Dice Commando channel. So Melody of Ages, target unit or augment loses all abilities. Then if there's a destroyed air tower, destroy that card. Pretty useful. All right, so this one, Return to Slumber. It is a blue, get it focused there. It's a blue instacast. Return X+1 target units to the top of their owner's deck in any order where X is the number of destroyed towers. So you're at least getting one. But my thumb was kind of covering it for 4 to bounce, or not even bounce, really return it to your deck. That's pretty potentially strong if you can do that to 3 units.
Yeah, especially being instant, you can cast it at the end of someone's turn.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Gear. Yeah.
Yeah, potentially, right? I mean, you got to time it, but. All right, now this one, correct me if I'm wrong, Derrick, this one's actually a preview for the next set. Is that correct? Because 5 of the cards in here are previews to the next set. I believe Sky Huntress is one. I think Serena is.
I believe that is correct.
I could be wrong, but So arrive, you may reveal 2 different spells from your hand. If you do, target unit your opponent controls cannot use Guardian this turn. Potentially good. Sigil of Exile. Why don't you read that one for us, Derrick?
Yeah, these next several Argent augments deal with people's discard piles and whatnot. So the Sigil of Exile augment, exhaust, pay 1, put a counter on the card. Then you can exhaust and sacrifice this card, expel target unit from that your opponent controls with cost X, where X equals the number of counters on the card. So these next few augments deal with either cards in hand, cards in your opponent's discard pile, which is supposed to help with Ergon. It's supposed to help with the light, with all these augments coming, or I'm sorry, their equipment coming in and out of their discard pile and stuff like that. So
sure.
These are going to be great.
Yeah, so Sigil Lost, yet another one like he was talking about. These are all going to be the Sigils, right? Pay 1, put a counter on, sack it, and expel X target cards in your opponent's discard zone, right? So that's exactly what he was talking about right there with dealing with Ergon. We have the Renewal Sigil of Renewal. What this one does is you can sack it to get a target card of X from your discard zone to your hand, so a little bit of bouncing there. Or I guess not bouncing because it's not from play, but reanimation there, whatever you want to say it. All right, this guy is pretty big and beefy. Derrick, I know you like dark. Why don't you take it away here?
The Slate Gargoyle. When this card attacks, add a unit with a cost 5 from your deck to your hand, which is awesome. Then when it's ruined, you may Offering 5. This is a new effect ability here in this Genesis pack. Expel 5 units from your hand, from your discard zone. And if you do, you can put 1 unit with cost 5 from your hand into play. So essentially you play this, you search for a card in your deck, then you expel 5 from your discard, and you play it as well. So you're playing 2 units for the cost of 6.
Yeah, but what's interesting is it has to be a 5-cost unit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that's pretty limiting, right? It's not 5 or less. It is cost 5.
However, there was a Golem in the Genesis pack with Destroyer for 5 cost. That was a pretty strong unit, which paired with this, I think, is where they're going for.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so Songstress of the Cloud Sea. This was also spoiled on Dice Commando with Mike and myself. So basically exhausts this, and what's interesting is her ability here is what you would assume to usually be kind of like an arrive mechanic, but she can repeat it, and also she's not legendary, so you can have 3 of her into play. So what you can do is reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and then add a unit to your hand, and then if you've done the air thing where you've bounced 2, you can actually put that unit into play, and then you put the rest in your discard zone. So she could actually Songstress into herself. I don't know how useful she's going to be. It kind of feels like an in-game thing, but if you're in-game already with her, I think it just feels like kind of a win more type card.
Sure.
Right, so Spawn of Bahamut, whatever. So for 3, arrive, you may reveal 2 dragon units from your hand, and if you do, you can tutor for 1 Altar of the Dragon God and add it to your hand. So, okay.
Yep. Anytime you can search your deck's a good thing.
Right, the Greatest Heist. So it's another one of these X+1 tower effects. So arrive, expel X+1 target cards from your opponent's discard zone, where X is the number of destroyed dark towers, right? So potentially 3, but while this card is in the field, you can play cards expelled by this effect as if they were in your hand. That's potentially pretty sweet.
Yeah, that could be bonkers.
And then more theft theme here, right? So we have the Thief of Valois. And in this case, we have an Offering 3, expel target unit from your opponent's discard zone. This turn, you can play that card as if it were in your hand, but you have to get 3 units from your discard zone out to do that. All right, so here's the new towers. That's what we were waiting for.
Yes.
Okay, so 5 of them, 1 for each color, of course. So I think this one's okay. The Tower of Surging Torrents, you can only use it if your Spirit or Champ is water. So you can potentially, if you're running a mixed deck, you can potentially use 2 of these new towers in your deck. Use only if you're, when this card is destroyed, you may search your deck for a spell and add it to your hand. Use this effect only if you have more destroyed towers than your opponent. The reason I think this one's more useful is a lot of time blue kind of takes it at the beginning of the game and then tries to win at the end. So I think as a blue player, you might be able to get use out of that.
Well, finding the Guardian spells, of course, would be powerful at the end of the game. So.
Certainly. And then the Dark Tower. Now, do you know what the Dark Tower has? 2,000. That's the highest we've seen so far.
Right.
That'll definitely help beat out some of those early game attacks, right? When this tower is destroyed, you may turn a unit with 3 or less from your discard zone to the field. Use this effect only if you have more destroyed towers in your opponent. In fact, I'm not even going to read that because let's just assume that all these towers that we're doing do that because they do.
Right.
This guy return a 3, especially even if it's some little minion. That's pretty good, right?
Yes.
The light tower, I don't like this one at all.
No, me neither.
At all. When this card is destroyed, you may put a unit with cost 3 or less from your hand into play.
Yeah,
at 1,000.
The 2,000 Guardians is so much better.
I mean, it's kind of a Yuki, right? It kind of gives you a Yuki to anybody that's 3. I mean, because Yuki's 3.
It's got to be in hand, though.
Yeah, I don't like it. All right, the air tower, or the new air tower, the Surging Gales. When this card is destroyed, put the top card of your shard deck into play. Helps with the ramp a little bit. And since it comes in ready, I suppose if you're pairing it with Iton, you can start doing Iton things, which could be kind of neat.
Yeah, especially early on in the game if you're short on shards, but man, bouncing 2 units right off the top back into somebody's hands.
Yeah, I don't know that takes over the air tower, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then when this card is, this is the Tower of Surging Flames, the new fire tower. This one is really good. When this card is destroyed, deal 1,500 to all units your opponent controls. I mean, that's pretty good. You just got to make sure, and because a lot of times when you're playing red, you're going aggro. But
right, especially early in game, that could be a quick board wipe.
Yep. All right, here's the card I've been waiting for. This guy is super awesome. Let's make sure he's focusing really good there. There we go. All right, so he has Guardian, and he can't be targeted by spells. Now, he does cost 8, but he's a big ol' 5,000, so screw you, Akuma Druggernaut. Flip your champion or your spirit face down. Restore one of your destroyed towers with the same element as a card you flip face down. Wow.
That's super great. Man, you got Sola.
This guy's so good.
You can restore it, get another Guardian.
This guy's so good. All right, I know this is the one you're all scared about.
This is ridiculous. Talk about board wipe. It's board, tower, shard, everything wipe. Void Fire Desolation. Destroy one of each. A target unit, an augment, a shard, and a tower. I mean, just one of each.
And a shard. I think that's the first shard destruction we've seen, right?
Yes, and so I'm assuming that is not like shard drain. Does it leave the play?
No, it's gone.
Yeah,
right?
leaves play.
Yeah.
Expelled.
I guess now the question is, does it go to your discard zone? Where does a destroyed shard go?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a great question.
Yeah.
If only we knew a judge.
Yeah. Aren't you a judge?
Should be.
Yeah. All right. Void Fire Dragon for a 3-cost dragon. While there's a destroyed fire tower, expel 2 or more fire units from hand whose combined cost is at least 6. Put this card from your discard zone into play, and then expel it when it leaves the field. So you will have to keep track of that, of whether it did that effect or whether it came in normally. But as a ruin effect, add target expelled fire unit you own except Void Fire Dragon to your hand.
Yeah, I like how they're expanding on your entire play area, kind of like Magic does with the expelled cards. So now you got cards not only in the discard pile, but they're leaving play that can come back. And we looked at the thieves that can actually grab expelled cards from other people and play them in.
Right,
put them into play.
Almost using expelled cards as a resource.
Yes.
Because normally you think of like expelled as leaving the game, and I don't. That's certainly not really the case, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here we have, let's actually do these two together if I can hold them properly. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, yours looks okay. All right, so Vriska, the Scorpion Hammer, equipped to target unit, plus 1,000. If the equipped unit destroys a unit with Guardian in battle, now that is, do note, in battle, you may switch the equipped unit to active, so that's pretty sweet. And then the Warden of Vriska, Brawler, we love that ability. Arrive if there's a destroyed light tower, search your deck for this guy and equip it to the card. So I like how they work together. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, there's a lot of synergy with light, and it just keeps getting stronger. Now you're just searching your deck again for another piece of gear and slapping it on there.
Yeah. So all right. So what is this MSRP in for? What is this guy MSRP for?
$22.95. But of course, with your followers discount code, you can save 10%.
Commando 10 at checkout.
That's right.
All right, great. And then those are available. There's a whole box of them available here. I assume you guys have another in back, or if not,
we have 2 boxes. One's been cracked open. We've sold some, but yet no one's pulled the foil pack from that. So
cool.
Cross your fingers. You might pull it if you order from us.
Cool. So so some of these cards, obviously, if you want 3 of them, you need to buy 3 of them. However, obviously the towers, you really only need 1 set of towers. With the legendary entities, legendary units, these guys, you don't necessarily need that. The Vrasika guys, I think most people are going to want 3 of those, especially if you're running light. So yeah, I don't know what cards are you thinking you need 3 of here, Derrick?
Well, it depends on what you're after. I would love 3 of these Slate Gargoyles, like I said, especially with the matching unit from the Generations pack. Those augments are pretty strong. If they bring Aragon back, there's definitely going to need to be some sort of combat against that. So being able to expel and discard cards from hands and discard zones. So I think a lot of it's going to determine what the meta is when all cards are back in play, but and a lot of it depends on how you play. I'm a black person, but I definitely would want 3 of these gargoyles for sure.
Yep, you and your dark.
All right. Love it.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. Anything else you want to add, Derrick?
No, I appreciate you coming out. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for sharing the opening of your pack.
Absolutely.
So. All right, if nothing else, hey guys, check it out. It's pretty cool stuff, and go Commando.
Go Commando.
All right, guys, we are back. Actually, I bought mine while I was here. I was just buying one because I wanted this guy, and look what we got. That is the shiny foil pack. So I wanted to go ahead and do an opening of that while we have y'all.
Yeah, give it a quick look over and pick up a lottery ticket on the way home.
Yep, so we've got the Celestial of Rotar.
Oh,
These look so good. The
pretty.
2.0 foiling is just the best, right? The Dreams, Black Rose Knight, Ella, Melody of Ages, Turn to Slumber. I really want to see the Harbinger here. Oh, that one looks good, actually.
Yeah, it does.
That looks real good. That one, not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the oranges don't come. Oh, that looks good.
Slate.
That looks real good.
Curse you and your foils. Oh, that's pretty too.
We'll have to see how that comes across. Ooh, that one's good. I was just saying the oranges don't look good, but the gold, or yeah, like you said, that looks better. Thief. I should actually not be touching these with my fingers since they're foily, but all right. So Surging Flame. Basically, actually, that one you really can't tell it's foiled.
No.
That one you can. That one's gonna look good, even though it'll never hit the table.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Surging Torrents. Oh yeah, there's my boy.
Nice pick. Way to go, Andrew.
Nice. Void Fire Desolation.
Right.
Void Fire Dragon. And then the sweet.
Those are great. Man,
Awesome.
What a great pick with the towers to get the foil pack. Nice work.
All right, well that was it. We just wanted to show off the shiny. So, all right, thanks again for joining us, guys. Bye.
Peace.